Welcome, everyone, to Every Woman Empowered's Chit Chat. I'm your host, Shauna J. Cerniak, the founder of Every Woman Empowered, and alongside are my co-hosts,
Jani Golarno, international artist and resident artist of Every Woman Empowered.
Neela Chinook, certified laughter yoga instructor, founder of Let's Laugh Gig, and happiness ambassador for Every Woman Empowered.
And our special guest is Chantelle Beasley with Aradia Fitness. Welcome, Chantelle.
Thank you.
You know, Chantelle, when I read your story and your history about yourself, I was quite amazed. You became a business owner at the age of 19, and here we are 10 years later, and you have a business that's flourishing like crazy. You're doing so well for yourself. I want you to share with our viewers what your business is.
Yeah, so my business is Aradia Fitness. It is a franchised fitness studio, and we specialize in pole dancing fitness. And in the last few years, we've also branched off into offering aerial hoop classes and aerial yoga as well.
So aerial hoop,
yeah.
So that's you're in the air doing moves on the hoop.
You bet, yeah.
And then the yoga part, tell me a little bit about that.
Okay, so aerial yoga, it's also called anti-gravity yoga. Can you picture like aerial silks from Cirque du Soleil?
Yes.
Yeah, so we have those in a hammock, and basically you're doing yoga-based movements in that hammock. Yeah.
Now,
it feels super nice.
So for someone to do that, do they have to be highly skilled to do that specific fitness?
No, it's quite low from the ground. You can literally just step right into it. And there's so many progressions and modifications. There's no prerequisites for that class. The instructor is able to modify for all levels.
Oh, that's interesting. Now that seems something that I could do. I don't know. I don't have any arm strength for the pole, but I definitely can do yoga.
Well, that's why you take pole. So a lot of people always think that you need to be strong in order to take a pole class, but it's quite the opposite. Pole is going to be the way to build that upper body strength.
So it's a gradual process.
It is. You bet. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, there's hope for us all.
Yeah. Yeah. When I was younger, for a birthday present, I did get a pole as a gift.
Awesome.
And I had it in my living room. And
that's awesome.
It was an awesome gift. I have to say, it was terrific. But I never learned to climb the pole. I just don't have that upper arm strength. And of course, I would try a couple times.
Taken a class.
I know. I should have. Yeah. Now I know.
Work up to it.
Exactly. You don't just start off by like attempting to climb
upside
it
down.
Or go upside down.
That was me. Yeah.
We worked there.
I'm a pro.
Yeah. I tried a few times, and needless to say, it didn't work out. But the pole stayed up, I think, for about 2 years. The kids, my son and his buddies had fun, and people come over, everybody would try it. They all loved it. So
that's awesome.
Yeah. So needless to say, I might have to start off slow and get your guidance before I try to take a spin ever again.
Exactly.
So with all the different ways of doing exercise or what was it that made you want to pursue pole dancing?
Yes.
Or fitness.
Growing up, I absolutely hated physical activity. My parents put me in soccer, and there's photos of me where I would just stand in the field and like not participate in the game whatsoever. And like growing up doing gym class, I remember I would go to gym class just to get my name on the attendance list, and then I would sneak away and have naps in the locker rooms. I just hated physical activity. And as an adult, I didn't really know much options for physical fitness classes in the city. So I just kind of thought, okay, you got to go to the gym. I don't know what I'm doing at the gym. For me, going to the gym was like a primarily aesthetic reason behind it. I would literally be like, okay, well, I think I had this many calories for supper, so I'm going to burn that off on the treadmill. And that was literally like my gym going purpose. And I always wanted to dance growing up, but my parents put me in piano and singing lessons. I was a little music nerd. So I never had that opportunity to take dance. And I did attempt it as an adult, but I was thrown into a class with a bunch of kids. And it was quite humiliating. I was uncoordinated and I was with children. And I just thought, you know what? It's too late for me. And I was watching MTV. It was 12 years ago now. MTV, I don't even know if that still exists. I'm not sure. But they were interviewing a pole studio in Toronto. And I was like, what? You can do that for fitness? That sounds like actually a good time. And so I Googled it to see if it existed in Edmonton. And sure enough, I found Aradia Fitness in Edmonton. And I signed up for classes just like that and absolutely fell in love with it. Like, changed my whole life. That's why we're here today.
Wow.
But yeah, that's the journey.
Good for you. Right on.
Yeah.
Yeah. So women they're taught to sort of be, you know, there's that stereotype, you got to be mild mannered, you got to cover up, don't make yourself a target for like the male gaze and stuff. So how does pole fitness get women to embrace their sexuality and empower them, kind of explore themselves?
Yes, I love this question. And it's been quite the journey for myself as well. So when I started pole, you know, I grew up in like a very conservative Christian household. Purity culture was taught, so much in fact that I've been with one partner, which is my husband. So none of that stuff was talked about. And when I took pole, I came to class kind of disregarding that it had any ties to the sensual or exotic dance industry. When I came to class, I wore long pants, baggy shirt. I was a little bit uncomfortable with the fact that the instructor was wearing booty shorts and a really tight fitting shirt, but I was quite in awe of her confidence. And when I continued and progressed with pole, for me, it was about like attaining tricks and building strength. And I really kept like pushing off that sensual aspect of pole. And it probably had a lot to do with my upbringing and being conservative and feeling like I needed to play that off. And so it wasn't until I actually had my daughter, I had lost a lot of strength and I could no longer actively attain the tricks that I used to be so fond of. And a lot of my instructors were really exploring the world of sensual dance through pole dancing. And I was like, you know what? This is beautiful. Like, can y'all teach me how to do this? Can y'all teach me how to flow like this? And I got some shoes and they taught me how to dance. And there was no tricks involved. And I just fell in love with my body all over again. And it really just helped me get in touch with like something that I felt like I had lost when I became a mom.
Yep.
Because I was like, yeah, I'm a badass. I'm a pole dancer. Look at all these cool tricks I could do. And then I like wasn't this badass pole dancer anymore. And then I learned to be a badass pole dancer again, but in like a different venue, which is sensual dancing. And now I would say I participate in the sensual aspect of pole way more than I ever work on tricks anymore at all. So it's complete. It's taken me on quite a journey.
No kidding. No kidding.
Yeah.
When you say about empowering women, what type of ladies come out to your studio to come and learn the art? Is, you know, or do you have a variance of ages, sizes?
Yes, we really do. We have, it is an 18 plus class because they are, you know, sensual classes. But we honestly have such a huge range, which like, I don't know why that surprises people. I think they view taking a pole class as having to fit into like a certain stereotypical body type. And they're probably thinking of the exotic dancers that they've seen. You know, we've got these petite, large breasted women that are in the exotic dance industry. And so when people realize that it's just everyday women that are participating in these classes, you know, people find that quite shocking. I don't find it shocking, but I mean, I'm biased. I've been in the industry for 10 years now, but yeah, we literally have absolutely all shapes, sizes, ages.
Well,
Yeah.
you're doing it for fun, right? It's not like every runner is going to be in the Olympics. Like some people actually enjoy running. I don't know who, but
I know who they are, but
They're out there.
Not
I've heard
me.
of them. I've heard about
yeah,
them.
not on this Zoom.
Yeah, exactly.
not us.
Well, and that's what, like, I don't know, it kills me that people think that they have to like look a certain. I hear it all the time where people are like, I need to lose weight before I come take a pole class. And I'm like, why would you think that you need to lose weight before taking a fitness class? And we actually have like a list full of rules when you come into the studio. And one of the rules is that we actually don't allow any kind of diet talk. We don't, you know, if you are there to lose weight, okay, that's your journey, but that's not what our studio is about. It's not about coming there to attain weight loss or anything like that. It's about like learning to do things that you never thought your body was capable of doing.
Right.
And yeah, that's kind
Building
of
that strength, right?
exactly inner and outer strength. You bet.
So
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Shama.
I was just going to say, clothing wise, you can wear whatever you want.
Yeah. So in Pole 101, our first class, you can wear whatever you want. As you do graduate up the levels, you do need to have skin contact in order to literally hold on to the pole.
Right.
You are relying on your skin. There are types, like for people that do want to be more modest, there are types of like grippy pant products that you can purchase. But yeah, primarily skin contact is important. So, you know, people will judge pole dancers for being scantily clad, but we literally need it if we want to hang upside down by our inner thigh.
Right.
It's safety. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you were saying when you became a mom, you kind of had that sort of negative, excuse me, self-talk.
Yeah.
So how do you deal with that? How do you deal with nerves? Like if you're going to do a performance, what's your routine to get ready for that? Like I know you've done a special performance with Snoop Dogg, but like not even those sort of performances, just like anything related to your business, doing different speaking engagements, even something like this. What's your pre-game routine, as it were?
I guess it just honestly comes with time and it comes with practice. You know, I think back to like when I first started the business, I remember I got asked to dance at the Taboo Sex Show, and like, oh gosh, it was horrific. Or so I remember it being. But with time of just practicing, you know, speaking, practicing, just going to the studio and putting a song on and just dancing and filming myself to make sure that when I look at the film, what does it look like? Do the movements flow well together? Do they transition together? Especially if I am choreographing a piece and I'm on stage and I forget a movement, I used to panic because I forgot a movement and then my mind would go completely blank, right? But the more comfortable I am with just dancing now, it doesn't matter if I blank out because it's just so easy to transition into another movement. So for me, that just comes with practice.
Makes sense.
Getting out of that rigidity and getting a bit more flow.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And also just like, I don't know, knowing that I'm pole dancing, which is really cool. And a lot of people don't know if I'm like doing a bad job at it.
Right.
Couldn't tell. Yep.
Just your
I like that.
Yeah. So I gotta ask the question, Snoop Dogg, tell us about that.
Yeah, so Snoop Dogg, I got to dance for him, would be 2 summers ago. Thankfully, like the summer before COVID happened. If that was last summer, I would have been devastated if that was taken from me. But yeah, he toured in North America, and he would ask for local pole dancers during his tour, which I thought was really, really special, really cool. And so I got to dance. I brought one of my instructors, and then the other girl that also danced with us, she's another one of our instructors, and she actually got to like go all over Canada with him, which is really cool. Yeah, she kind of like helped manage getting all the girls around Canada. But yeah, it was a really, really cool experience. He like shot a bunch of like Snoop dollars on me, made it rain fake money. Yeah, exactly. It was so much fun.
That is pretty cool.
Yeah.
That is very cool. Not everybody can say that, right?
Yes. Yeah. Maybe Martha Stewart and
It
yourself.
was super
Maybe,
surreal. Yeah, it was a really surreal experience. And like that, you know, we didn't know what songs we would be dancing to either. So there was no way to choreograph. So just having that that ability to just go up there and flow, because I've done it so many times and I've practiced, that was really helpful in with my confidence, I guess. Yeah.
Good for you. That would be
That
well.
is
That's
cool.
quite the thing to have on your resume. That's pretty cool. Yeah.
Thank you.
So who do you look up to as a mentor, or do you believe in mentorship, or would you mentor?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely believe in mentorship. I personally haven't had a mentor because I started my business when I was 19 and I didn't really have a business mentor going into it. So it was a lot of trial and error and a lot of failing along the way. And same with pole. I started my pole studio when I was early in my own pole journey. I don't think I had recognized how much there is to offer in the pole world. So when I like first went upside down, I was like, whoa, I am amazing. I'm going to open up a pole studio. And, you know, there wasn't social media back then. So you didn't get to see all of the crazy tricks that exist in this world.
Yeah.
But I have mentored as well before. I got to mentor with a nonprofit organization called InterVivos. And so I did a business mentorship program for 6 months with a gentleman that chose me as his mentor. So that was super fun. That was a really cool opportunity. And I would love to do it in the future.
No kidding.
A woman of many hats.
Yes.
Thank you.
Well, and kudos to you for all the success you've had without having a mentor at such a young age, and even getting recognized by Womanition for women in business. Well done.
Thank you. I've had a lot of support along the way. So I can't say that, like, despite the fact that I haven't had mentorship, I've had lots of support along the way. So can't ever forget about that. Yeah. Definitely.
So what's your go-to song that just gets you going?
So I would say anything from the first album of The Weeknd or the second album as well. I swear he like wrote his first album with pole dancers in mind. He even mentions pole dancers in his songs. They're just like The Hills. That's a perfect song for pole dancing. But like he just has so many. I can't. We did the last time he came to Edmonton, we actually did we brought a group of Aradia students to the concert, and because he's just always in the studio blasting, somebody's putting The Weeknd on to dance to.
Wow. Well, you know, you can't go wrong. He's Canadian. He's got great music, and you know, you're right. Great music to not just pole dance to, but any type of fitness too. So
Yeah.
Who cares what the Grammys say? He's awesome.
Yeah. Weeknd, we love you.
We do.
Him.
So I'm just wondering, what are your favorite shoes and why are they your favorite shoes?
Okay, so it is really hard to choose a favorite shoe. If you ever want to look at like what pole dancing shoes look like, just go to shoefreaks.com, and it's like impossible to choose which ones you're gonna dance in. But I actually brought some along here. These are really torn apart. You can see how much I've used them. But these are my pink suede shoes. Look at them. They're just garbage now. I've used them so much. But I really like dancing in boots because they offer additional ankle support as opposed to the like sandal high heel platform. Because with a sandal, you have more like a higher chance of rolling your ankle while you're walking around. So when students first start dancing in shoes, we always recommend a boot so that they can get, or they can have really good ankle support. And yeah, all shoes will make you dance in a different way. So if you have a heel that isn't as high as this one, the clack sound won't be as effective. Dancing on the like toe is a little bit more difficult if you have less of a heel or less of a platform. It really changes the way that you dance, even if you have 5-inch, 6-inch, 7-inch heels. But
how tall are those ones?
These ones are 7 inches. So the higher the heel, the more difficult it is, but it like different skills transition differently depending on the shoe. It's hard to explain. It's just something that you like feel.
Now, if I'm correct, you did mention when we had talked previously, Chantelle, that when a person starts in pole dancing, they don't wear the shoes.
No, that's right. Yeah. So you don't start in shoes. We do all our classes in bare feet, especially our fitness-based classes. So all of our leveled classes, we don't wear shoes at all. The only times we introduce shoes is if you specifically want to take a sensual choreographed flow with us. That's when we introduce shoes. So we do have some people that don't really want to explore the sensual side of pole, so they stay away from those classes. They don't buy the shoes. And so, yeah, there's completely different genres of pole that I don't think people even realize. I think a lot of people just envision the sensual aspect of it.
Right.
But not everybody gets into it for that reason.
So if someone does want to get into it, how do they get a hold of you and sign up for your classes?
Great question. So we have a website, Edmonton, www.edmonton.aradiafitness.com. And that shows all of our locations as well with all of our schedules on there. And then our email is edmonton@aradiafitness.com.
And where are your locations here in Edmonton?
So we have Kingsway, White Ave, Sherwood Park, and St. Albert.
Oh, so you're quite diverse in all the different areas that if somebody wanted to go, they don't even, like they live in St. Albert or Sherwood Park, they don't even have to travel outside of their town. That's perfect.
Bet, yeah. And with our White Ave studio, we actually have 2 White Ave studios. They're on separate leases, but one is right on top of the other.
Oh.
So we have like a main floor. It's our dance studio. We have like regular adult dance classes. We got salsa classes, belly dancing, Bollywood, and we have aerial classes there. And then upstairs is our pole studio. And then same with Kingsway. We also have a dance studio attached to the pole studio because the poles get in the way for dance classes. So
that's awesome. Well, thank you so much, Chantelle, for being on our show. We truly appreciate it. We wish you the best in 2021, and let's hope that the businesses get to still continue open with everything that's going on with COVID. And we wish you continued success for the next 10 years to come. So all the best, and thank you for being on Every Woman Empowered's Chit Chat.
You bet. Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.